Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. In the last episode, we went through the Smuggler's Hideout, which was more of a transitional area, a sub-area of Neptune's bounty. We witnessed the brutal murder, the explosion, actually, of Atlas's wife and son. We're now going to move on to Arcadia. Arcadia is both sort of a national park and the source of Rapture's oxygen supply, or at least one of the sources. Not totally sure if it's the only source. This is a beautiful area, a long area. We will be here for quite a while. We'll find a new weapon, a new enemy type, and a lot of new tonics, including some of the strongest in the game, at least in my opinion. Alright guys, let's get to it.
Just like Ryan. Waits until we're almost out, then he pulls the string. We'll find the bastard. We'll find him and we'll tear his heart out.
I came to this place to build the impossible. You came to rob what you could never build. A hum gaping at the gates of Rome. Even the air you breathe is sponged from my account. Well, breathe deep, so later you might remember the taste.
You get to the bathysphere in the rolling hills. That'll take you straight to the devil himself. And then all debts will be paid in full.
Here we are in lovely Arcadia. One of the prettier zones in the game. Probably the prettiest, actually. I'm trying to see if I have the Incinerate Plasmid on hand, but I don't. That is a puzzle that I will solve later, and I don't have any Explosive Buck either, so I can't use that. Pretty low on ammo at the moment, to the point that I will be using a different weapon for a while. I'll be swapping to the machine gun till I can find a vendor that will sell me more buckshot.
Seems like some poor blighters have started seeing ghosts. Ghosts? Ryan tells me it's a side effect of this plasmid business. One poor sod's memory is getting passed on to another through genetic sampling. Leaks, lunatics, rebellion, and now bleeding ghosts. Ain't life in Rapture grand?
Christ, is somebody there?
What are you waiting for, city? It's beautiful!
Hey, can you help me, man?
We hear someone in the distance.
Oh, sugar, I'm sliced up in ways you never dreamed of.
Get over here.
What a night I got lined up. Everything's ready. Flowers, bottle of wine, even 2 tickets to the tea garden. Nothing gets the Bettys in the mood like nighttime in Arcadia. Now I just gotta stop by the Thrifty Care to pick up a med hypo, just to be safe. Word is, this ain't Angelina's first visit to the tea garden.
Words, words, words.
Oh, Jesus, God, somebody help!
The augmentation procedure is a success. The slugs alone could not provide enough atom for serious work, but combined with the host, now we have something. The slug is embedded in the lining of the host's stomach, and after the host feeds, we induce regurgitation. And then we have 20, 30 times yield of usable atom. The problem now is their shortage of hosts. Fontaine says patience, Tannenbaum. Soon, the first home for little sisters will open, and that problem will be solved.
A lot of plot and talking at the beginning of this level, but we'll be getting to some action pretty soon.
They're everywhere! Hey, over here!
It's a Houdini splicer! The first of many, especially for this level.
Hello!
That scared the piss out of me the first time it happened. Unfortunately, I have done this before, so I did know that that was gonna happen. I beat this game quite a number of years ago, so some of it actually is pretty fresh. I've forgotten a lot about this game, but the scary stuff, that's stuff that sticks with you. Would have been great if I had Icy Blast, whatever it's called, on me for that guy. Icy Blast is really effective against Houdini splicers, but Electro Bolt does the job as well. And I fired twice when I should have only fired once. Didn't know it'd only take one shot to kill him.
Today, Arcadia was closed off to all but paying customers. The man hires me to build a forest at the bottom of the ocean and then turns a walk in the woods into a luxury. Riot asked, should a farmer not be able to sell his food? Is a potter not entitled to a profit from his pots? I started to argue with the man, and then I remembered who signed my checks. The only thing worse than a hypocrite is an unemployed one.
I ain't afraid of failure, 'cause I ain't gonna fail.
Hopefully we'll see some entertaining reactions when I play BioShock Infinite, because I will be playing that game. At least the first playthrough will be all live-com. And here I am switching over to the machine gun just because I'm out of ammo, essentially, for the shotgun, and my aim could certainly be better. I hadn't used it in a while, so I need to get used to actually tracking again. Arcadia is a fun level. It's one of my favorites, I would say, overall. Long, though. This is a long, long level. I didn't pick up that chocolate bar because I didn't want to get cigarettes. They would have essentially just canceled each other out, because when you smoke cigarettes, it hurts you. Quick edit there. So there's a guy in the upper right. There's a woman in the bottom left. I'm trying to line up a headshot here, but right as I'm about to pull the trigger, he darts away. He sees me. So I just shoot him, alert him to where I am, because why not? I'm going to pick up this pallet and use it as a shield in case he was going to shoot at me. He does not. Sneak up on her, and this is actually a thuggish splicer, and I didn't realize, I don't think you actually had the camera when you first faced thuggish splicers, because you get the camera on Neptune's Bounty, and I don't recall, do thuggish splicers still, do they even spawn in Neptune's Bounty? I don't remember, but they spawn here, so you can do all of your thuggish splicer research here. I hadn't researched them at all, and I just got Sport Boost, another tonic that is exceptionally useful for any build, just because you swing the wrench faster, but you move faster, and moving faster is awesome in this game. There's no ability to sprint, so just getting around faster is really helpful. Also, this is funny. So, she's within an inch of death, and she runs to the healing station, and I somehow missed 4 times and shot everywhere around her, but not her. So she's going to heal up to full, because I am just terrible. Get out of my face, woman, with your damnable rake. She's gone. I'm just had enough. I'm just bum rushing everybody at this point. I could have tossed that explosive barrel at her, but Before I kill all the big daddies on a level, I generally conserve all the explosive barrels just in case, and he will not be escaping again. Actually, he will, now that I think of it. He does escape. At least I thought he did. Again with an inch of life, so I thought he escaped. I figured he would run over here, and there is a turret over here. I also have done a very poor job of photographing turrets and photographing cameras, and I will remember to start doing that on this level. And he doesn't see me because his hat is in his eyes, I guess. Don't know what was going on there. Apparently he didn't realize he was being shot at either. And he's gonna try to heal up. But not this time. And I'm just editing out the hacking, guys. If there's interesting hacking, hard hacking, examples that... just something that I want to showcase, I will, but otherwise, it's pretty repetitive to show over and over again. It's not really that repetitive in the game. I'm sure a lot of people would disagree. I don't mind it. I think it's a nice little diversion. So here's an example. I'm going to show this one real quick and speed it up just because it was hard, I guess. At least it was on the little meter ranked as difficult, so why not? A lot of people stream in through this area, both here and below. There's a lot of... this whole level, enemies respawn constantly. You always want to hack these vendors, by the way, because it gives you discounts on all the items, and it will also unlock... the bottom 1 or 2 items are always locked unless you hack the station. This is where that guy was shooting wound up, and apparently he died. Don't know if he bled out or if I did actually kill him. I nicked him right as he got out of my line of sight, but he's dead, so... and I didn't know that that crawl space was there. In fact, on this playthrough I discover several secret areas that I didn't realize were there the other time I played through the game. And I'm trying to pull in that machine gun ammo, but for some reason it won't let me. This area is pretty well cleared out. Whenever you see these switches with the electricity, it just means you need to shock them. You can do that with electric buck that I just found. You can do it with electro bolt, which I used. And you always want to, because there's always goodies inside. It's always worth the atom, or the ammo. I'm actually running low on even machine gun rounds at this point. Another crawl space here. Ah, and here are traps. I do think that you're dumb. If you weren't, you wouldn't do what you're about to do. No reason to shoot this guy. Just snap his picture and watch his hat pop off. These are bolt traps. You can create them with a weapon I'm going to find in the next level, and normally what I would do is use telekinesis to pull them out and replace them, but sometimes they damage you if you're standing... I honestly don't even know why. I guess it's just the angle that you pull them from. Instead, I pull the corpse, and that's another good way to deal with them. Just find a corpse and either throw it through the trap, or even better, just walk through it with the corpse in front of you. That's what I typically do. And I'll be showing more of that later. I'll find more of these traps. If you can, it's a good idea to leave them undisturbed, because they're a good way for dealing with big daddies, especially bouncers in particular. But there was no way that a big daddy would wind up in here, so there was really no reason to preserve them. Plus, I don't think I could. I might have been able to get around them. It wasn't necessary, though. And a friend. I really like the splicers that hum. It wasn't this one, he's above me. You not agree? I think he's pretty good. I'm trying to find him so that I can enact sweet, delicious murder on his person. He's above me, and he's about to start getting shot. I didn't realize all of this at the time. I'm waiting for him to come into my line of sight. I really should have just ran up there and started shooting him, because even one leadhead splicer will do quite a bit of damage to a turret unless the turret can get a good bead on the splicer. Generally speaking, you always want to line up for a headshot with a pistol because it's capable of headshots and it does quite a bit more damage and conserves quite a bit of ammo when you do so. You can shoot just in the torso and spam it, though, if your aim isn't particularly good. Especially with anti-personnel rounds. And she just shouted, "Saturnine! Run! Run!" Just like that.
They're coming! This is our place! Ours!
There is a Houdini splicer about. They shoot fireballs. You might not have gotten a good view of them the first time we faced one. We'll be facing a lot of them throughout this. And here is a U-vent machine. You can use them to create special ammo from essentially salvage. For example, I could create anti-personnel rounds for this machine gun or explosive rounds for my shotgun. And there's actually a secret area right where I am right now, but I don't realize it at the time. You can snap pictures of corpses if you didn't get a picture of them before they died, but that was just a corpse, it wasn't a particular splicer. So I can take a picture of her, but I actually am at max research, I didn't remember. A lot of these videos are days apart when I got the footage, so I forget some things from time to time. Here's another trap. This time I'm going to just pick up the corpse and walk through. They do quite a bit of damage, especially if you're standing in water, so you do need to be mindful of traps. They're not super common, though. I hear somebody. There's lots of levels in Arcadia as well, just different heights that enemies can spawn at, so they'll often be below you or above you. And a good way to spot a Houdini splicer, well, for one thing, the sound they make, the smoke, but they'll walk through water, and you can see their footsteps as you saw there. And here he is. And here is, in my opinion, the single most powerful tonic in the entire game. I just got natural camouflage. You get it from researching Houdini splicers. I think it's the second research upgrade. And whenever you're standing still for a short period of time, at least when you haven't shot for a while or aren't in combat, you will turn invisible, like I just did there. I faded a bit, and there was this blue graphic. This is what I was waiting for him to come into the water so I could zap him. I don't want to stand in the water, though, either. Accidentally equipped my wrench there. And he was afraid, so he just chose to die. There is a pissed-off Big Daddy above us. They're supposed to be whales. That's the sound that they're supposed to be reminiscent of. Whales in heat. I think he might have lost his little sister. Or maybe he's just a little slow like yours truly.
Rolling Hills is over yonder, and the bathysphere station is as well. And then straight on to Ryan.
Camera here, one of the few cameras on the level. Going to try to hack it. No, you do not see me. I am invisible. If you're directly below a camera, as I've shown time and time again, though I don't think I've ever actually talked about it, if you can get below them, they can't see you. They do have a blind spot. And this is another camera that I just can't reach, which sucks. It's much better if you can hack them and then use them rather than having them be hostile. Because if they're hostile, you have to worry about them seeing you as well. Though once they've triggered an alarm for an enemy, they won't bother with you until that alarm has ended, or that enemy is dead.
On the surface, I once bought a forest. The parasites claimed that the land belonged to God and demanded that I establish a public park there. Why? So the rebel could stand slack-jawed under the canopy and pretend that it was paradise earned. When Congress moved to nationalize my forest, I burnt it to the ground. God did not plant the seeds of this Arcadia. I did.
What a dick. That is a grenade turret. And I know it. I remember it. I'm gonna snap some pretty pictures and then hack him. And I still almost died. And yeah, when you hack a grenade turret and there's an enemy about, you want to not stand right next to that enemy. It's usually a good idea. Also, a grenade turret will always shoot 2 grenades. Even if it kills an enemy with its last grenade shot, its last RPG, it'll shoot 1 more. You want to keep away from the corpse until that happens.
The minute we came here, Masha started screaming, "Mama, Mama, what is that? What is that?" I thought she was having some kind of seizure. And then I realized, trees. Never saw one before. Thought they were monsters. Oh, Sammy, maybe we never should have come to this place.
I wouldn't mind living in an underwater city. Be pretty cool. Clearly a lot can go wrong, though. Might want to think twice. Or perhaps the moral of the story is don't live in Ayn Rand's underwater fun dome. I'm trying to set up a Big Daddy death trap here. I'm placing corpses in front of the camera. And I'm going to wait until a Big Daddy with Little Sister in tow. Do not make the mistake of killing a Big Daddy when they don't have a Little Sister with them. It's a tremendous waste of resources, even with the money you'll get from killing the Big Daddy. I'm also remembering that I need to take pictures of Big Daddies and Little Sisters. You want to tend to do it when they're in combat if you can, but it doesn't really matter. There's plenty of them. You'll have no trouble maxing out your research for them. Little Sisters, though, you do want to make sure you research them as quickly as possible, just because they're finite. There's only so many in the game. Once you rescue or harvest them all, that's it. And you won't be able to complete that line of research. And it is useful. It's a little extra health, a little extra Eve, and it adds up quick. She was going for that corpse and I was trying to pull it, but it won't let me. I think it's technically part of the geometry, the scenery.
This one's ripe, mister.
But no matter, there's another one over here. And here we go. We've been here before, I think just one time. If I do this again using this strategy, and it is a really, really good strategy, a very efficient strategy, a very safe strategy, I will probably just speed it up, because it does take a while. This one was killed quite a bit faster, though, so I don't know why the other one would have taken 2 or 3 alarms, because this one I think only took 2, and just barely. One did quite a bit of damage to this Big Daddy. Also, the last time I did this, when the alarm was about to run out, say 15 seconds before, I kept throwing security bullseye on the Big Daddy, which was a complete waste of Eve. There's no point in doing so. You can't, say, reset the alarm. You can't have it go back to the max duration before it's over. You have to wait for it to be over, and then you can start it over again. Also, I'm snapping tons of pictures of the bots here. This is a really good way of maxing out your bot research, and I think I do so, actually, in this one sequence. just get them in a fight with the Big Daddy, get the Big Daddy to trigger an alarm, because it's going to take a long time for them to kill the Big Daddy, and lots of them are going to die, at least if they're facing a Rosie in particular. So, new ones will constantly spawn in, and it gives you ample opportunity to max out your research safely, without having to actually fight the Big Daddy or the bots. And they're always in combat, and there's usually more than one in a shot, so that's going to give you bonuses to your research, the rate at which you research. That alarm ended. I still have not angered the Big Daddy, though, and as you can see, that one alarm very nearly killed him. So I trigger one more, finish snapping my pictures and my research, and I got bonuses to damage against bots. I think I can instantly hack them now, so I don't have to edit that out anymore, which is nice. Just guaranteed success. I also got Security Expert 2, which is actually not that useful. It makes it easier to hack, and there, I just maxed out my bot research. It makes it easier to hack the helicopter bots, turrets, and cameras, but it's probably one of the weaker engineering tonics. Helicopters, bots, and turrets are pretty easy to hack to begin with, and you can eventually hack, I believe, all three of them instantly with guaranteed success. That one is definitely one you can replace, and I forgot, oh right, he isn't actually hacked. Problems. Oops. Forgot to take pictures and just remembered and then killed it. Cameras are also finite, so you want to, and turrets for that matter, so you want to research those ASAP as well. If you miss too many, you might not have enough to finish. Another rescue.
No! No! No!
Another gift.
Even in the gathering dark, you light a candle. You have saved the little ones when you might have shown your cruelty. I am sending something your way to demonstrate our thanks.
Got a whole bunch of money from that Rosie. Little salvage, and that's about it, guys. Alright, guys, that's it. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Please like the video if you liked it. Please sub if you'd like to see more. Leave comments, feedback, ask questions. I'll get back to you. Please check out the previous episodes of this series. It is part of a playlist. You can find a link to that playlist in the description. And I believe you should be able to just see the playlist to the right of the video if I have things organized correctly, but who knows. And please check out my other stuff. I've got a lot of videos, over 600, so just check out my channel. And again, look at my playlist to see all of those. And I think that's it. Have a good one, guys.